Hello everybody, it's Mandy. This is Heavenly Bath Treats. We are making some cold process soap today. This will be the last cold process soap of 2020, and it is the first time that I've used a masculine scent. I'm using, I don't have it, here it is. I'm using Cool Clear Water by Nurture Soap. This smells like my grandpa when he was all shaved and in his suit and ready to preach on Sunday. It's really, really good. I wrote down the scent notes here. It is a blend of lavender, jasmine, oakmoss, musk, and sandalwood. Alright, and the reviews say there's no acceleration, no discoloration, and all of that stuff. This is my lye. I'm going to pour this into my distilled water. And I'm going to do the heat transfer method. So I'll take my hot lye water and I will put it into my oils and melt them that way. So today I'm going to try to do layers, but to do layers with the drop swirl. And I'll show you more about what I mean when I come along. But I saw Holly from Missouri River Soap do this on a couple of hers. She's got a rainbow soap that she does this. So it's going to be interesting. Now, color inspiration, don't make fun of me, but I got inspired from the colors of Wet Pavement. It was after Christmas, I think it was the 26th, and it had snowed and the pavement was all wet, and it was kind of bright, and the wet pavement was reflecting the sky, and it was really pretty. So we had the charcoal color, we had like a bright blue from the sky, we had the mustardy color of the center lane, and then the off-white color of the paint on the road, and I was inspired by that, and I thought it would be perfect in a soap called Cool Clear Water. This is the last soap that I'm going to make before I start my new soap series. I'm excited to introduce that. That'll be my next video. I won't give away any hints, but it's going to be a good one. Alright, I'm going to blend in my additives into my oils. This is coconut milk powder, Kaolin Clay, and colloidal oatmeal.
Oh, spill.
Alright, I'm going to stir. There's still a few pieces in here. I'm being impatient, but get these stirred in. I had mentioned in my last video that I wasn't feeling very well, and you could tell in the cutting video that I just didn't sound very well. Well, I finally hauled myself to the doctor. They told me I had a sinus infection and bronchitis. So, got some antibiotics, but yeah, I'm just glad, it wasn't COVID. I had a couple negative COVID tests, so I will take a sinus infection and bronchitis any day. Because you can treat that with antibiotics.
Because they're antibiotic.
Alright, this will probably blend in. I'm always impatient. So, pull this over here. Pour my oils in. And we'll get rolling.
He's a bit off.
Like a bird on a tree.
Now, I'm going to need, this is the fancy part, I'm going to need 5 buckets in all. I don't know if these are going to be in screen or not. Okay,
Those ones are like barely sticking in.
Okay.
There you go, now they've got one.
Alright, see if I can get these evenly divided into these buckets. I can't tell. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Not close enough.
Now this is kind of a complicated pour. I did write down step by step to kind of help me out. I don't know why I decide to do these complicated things, especially when I'm not feeling 100%. Who knows? All right, so I'm gonna find two that are a little fuller than the other ones. And we're starting to thicken up. Of course we are. All right, this is gray, this is gonna be gray. Okay. So I want this to be a gray color. No. So I want like a charcoal gray, so not a whole lot of this. Maybe a little bit of, this is activated charcoal. This is just a little bit of titanium dioxide and water. And then I want the slightest bit of this kind of a baby sky blue. That is Celestial Blue by Nurture Soap. I think I'm going to go ahead and do all of the colors and then do the pour. So this one is going to be the same. Hopefully it'll be about the same. A little bit of blue, a little bit of, oh, that might be too much. Blend it in. Okay, and yeah, that's darker than that, and they need to be the same. Good enough. I'll hand stir the color, or the flavor. Let me try that again. I will hand stir the scent in, and hopefully we won't accelerate too much. Okay. And then this is going to be this Celestial Blue. This was the sky reflecting off of the sky. Huh?
The road.
This was the sky reflecting off of the wet road.
Well, at least now I have no doubts where I get that from.
Yeah. I have passed the gene of misspeaking onto my son. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe a little bit of white. I want this to be kind of bright. A little bit more of this. Okay, that was the sun. Now the mustardy yellow color of the center line. That will work. This is Lemon Drop by Nurture Soap. And this is going to be the white line on the side of the road. It's okay if that's not a perfect white. It can be kind of creamy because, oh, yes. I'm hoping that this is not too thick. Whoops! Alright. Well, let's get ready for the pour.
Thank you.
To rumble. Alright, we're going to use this. Matthew is going to look and see if I'm in the middle. Am I in the middle?
Yeah, but it's at an... Well, hold on.
What?
No, you're good.
Okay.
It looked like it was at an angle, but that was just
Okay.
how I was doing it.
Alright, so I need, let me look at my notes. I need gray and I need blue. I'm adding fragrance to both. A little dabble of fragrance to both of these. Am I forward enough, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Now, first things, I keep saying alright, okay. The first thing I'm going to do is pour a little bit of a layer of blue. This is not blue, this is gray.
Bluish gray.
little layer of gray on the bottom of our mold. Smells so good. Can you smell it, Matthew?
No.
Okay. Now we're going to take a little over half, hold on Jack, a little over half of this blue, a little under half of this blue. Put it in the gray, give a little bit of a stir, and pour it into here. And I'm going to scrape all this out because we are done with the gray. I'm trying to hurry, but it makes more of a mess, it really does. Okay. Now this layer, I want to smooth out a little bit and also put a little bit of a groove in it. Okay, quit dawdling. I want a little bit of a texture, kind of a raking across here. Okay. All right, next I'm going to take my white and put the fragrance in. And then take a little bit less than half of my white and put it in this blue. A little bit less than half. Put it in the blue, give a quick stir. I believe that this color morphs and it'll morph back. Oh, it's gonna be pretty. So, essentially, the bottom layer will be gray. The next layer will be gray with a little bit of blue. And then the next layer will be blue with a little bit of white, which is what I'm doing now. And so on. I'm going to tap this down. Trying to be neat. Okay. I'm going to texture this layer like I did the previous layer. But trying not to dawdle at the same time. Okay. Next, I'm going to take the yellow, add the fragrance to the yellow. Really does smell good. Can you smell it over there, buddy?
A little bit now, yeah.
Put a little less than half of the yellow into the white. That was a lot more than half, less than half. A little bit of a stir. Pour into this. So I'm super excited that this is the last soap of 2020, which means we are getting really close to 2021. And this time of the year, I love to make New Year's resolutions. And I know a lot of people are like, ooh, I don't do that because I never keep them more than a week. But I think it's a good idea to look at your life, make goals for improvement. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I think we should make monthly resolutions rather than yearly. So I've been thinking about what I want for heavenly bath treats in the coming year and in my personal life too. I'm going to texture this. And I want to make, one of my goals for heavenly bath treats is to put up at least a video a week on YouTube. So that's what I'm going to do. And down in the comments you can tell me, do you make resolutions, and what kind of resolutions have you made for 2020? I always think it's a good idea to try to improve your life. I mean, we live in America, we have a free country where we can do that. Okay, next we're on to the top, which is dark gray. Again, I'm going to put the rest of the fragrance in that. I somehow feel like I'm off camera.
You're pretty close to center.
I should have gotten a camera that had the view lens you could turn around and look at so you can see it. They cost a lot more. So yeah, this fragrance hasn't rised. I can't tell if it's discolored yet, but it is performing very well. So I'm going to put half of this gray, a little less than half, in the yellow. Stir it up just a little and pour onto this. That's interesting color combination. Does that remind you of pavement, Matt?
No, not really.
Not really?
It is a weird color combination though.
I kind of like it though. It's going to be really interesting to cut into this one.
Imagine if you made a soap that was literally like a road when you cut it open.
Oh, I should have tried to do that. That would have been cool. We'll do that in the future. Have you made any resolutions? Have you even thought about it, Matt?
Nah.
Besides
being a better person, there's not really much I could think of.
Well, one of mine is I want to lose some weight and be healthier. You know, as a nurse, we're promoting the health of our patients, but a lot of times I personally, not all nurses, but don't take the time to take care of myself. And I've been lucky so far to have pretty good health other than my bronchitis. But I mean, I don't have diabetes, I don't have high blood pressure. I want to keep it that way. Diabetes does run in my family. So, nothing crazy, nothing extreme, but some exercise and a better diet. And yes, I do, that is a New Year's resolution for me every year. Alright, now...
Is there going to be enough room in there?
I think when I went to this mold, I used the same recipes I used for my other mold, and I don't think it holds as much. So, I will have some extra. I won't overfill this time, but we'll put some on the top here. I just want to kind of have the gray covering the top without filling over too much, because I have an idea for the top that I want to do. We're still filming? I'm so paranoid. Yeah. I have to play with the settings. I think it automatically turns off after so much time, and I'm sure that I could play with the settings and get it to quit doing that.
Yeah. That must be better when you are filming a full episode, and then you realize you filmed the first half of it, not the second half.
When I'm filming, I hear it go click click, which is like the lens closing. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, how much of that did I miss? Okay. Matthew, do you see a mold for snowflakes over by the sink? There should be it's clear. And it's got 3 cavities of snowflakes. I have some extra soap. Oh, I don't know if I shared with you guys, but I have ordered a new mold from Nurture Soap that I'm super excited. It's going to be a tall skinny, and I think it's going to be better than the one I'm using now. It's going to be good. And I think that's just about the color I was going for. I wasn't sure before, but it looks good. For every time I say okay in this video, take a drink of pop. Alright, I'm gonna drizzle some mica, play a pop drinking game with my commentary.
If it was alcohol, you would be dead by now.
I didn't say alcohol. I know,
I'm just saying if it was alcohol, you would be dead.
Yep. Alright, we're drizzling the blue and the center line yellow. And we'll do a little swirl. I'm gonna find my swirling tool real quick. Now I need more blue. I have it in the sink where I do dishes. All right, let's do a little swirl. Instead of cool waters, I'm going to call this grandpa soap. Call it Gray Paw. That was his nickname. My niece called him Gray Paw. And then I have some black Hawaiian salt. What do you think, Matt? Should I sprinkle it along one side or in the middle?
The sides.
The side?
Yeah, because most of the colors are in the middle.
Okay, yeah, we'll do. This is coarse Himalayan salt.
Yeah, not Himalayan, Hawaiian salt.
I keep wanting to say Himalayan. This is Hawaiian.
Save some for the other side, my goodness.
Nope, just one side.
Oh.
We are back to cut the cool water soap. I really wanted to try to cut into it yesterday, so I was excited.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.